What's up, everyone? I'm streaming. There's no chat because chat makes me nervous. It really does. And I just kind of like want to stream because I think it's easier for me to stream versus like straight up recording. So if you are here, feel free to drop a like so I know you're here, because again, there's not gonna be any chat. I'm a lurker whenever I watch streams, so I guess I want to make streams for lurkers. Anyways, this is called My Sweet Housemate. I bought this on sale and I didn't really know much about it, but we're gonna read it. It says, faced with the cruel and harsh reality of homelessness, you seek out affordable housing in your area. Luckily, it seems you found the perfect rental, but something is very off about your landlord. The tags on Steam are RPG, visual novel, simulation, comedy, dark humor, funny, anime, horror, cooking, romance, survival. But when you scroll down at the bottom, which is why I made the stream 18+, it says mature content description. The developers describe the content like this. Please be aware that this game contains content not suitable for some audiences, such as themes of horror, cannibalism, violence, forced drugging, and explicit language. So, if you're still here, babes, let's go. We're gonna play. I don't have a load, by the way. I never know why it says load. Like, babe, I haven't played. So that's all I know. I don't know any specifics, right? But I feel the little content warnings give it away. Woo! Apparently it's like a 2-hour game, so let's go. Okay, I think we're like, girl, this was me the other day because like I was kind of like, should I move? I love moving. I don't like staying in one place too long. So we're user 369. Let's see, we're looking for apartments. Yeah, $5.50 a month for a room. Low-key not bad. 15 square meters, single room, shared kitchen, shared bathroom. Ugh. 1 room in an apartment. 1 year minimum. I don't know, like if this was me dead serious, like shared bathroom is kind of a killer. I'm not gonna lie. We'll submit an application. Oh ooh. Okay, we're gonna pick. I know my profile is coy. I've been vibing for like a year at this point. Kira, it's so cute. So our voices, we could be. What the heck? What the heck? Do we not speak real? Are we they, them, he, her? What? He, him, she, her. You know what? He, hims, you're valid. We will be she, her though. This cracks me up. I will. Do I get to decorate myself? Like a bitch loves to, you know. I get to eat? Is this a clock? You tiredly wait for the application to go through before you shut your old laptop with a sigh. This ancient thing that has clearly seen better days somehow already managed to start hyperventilating after you opened just a couple of tabs. Okay, me though. You promptly put it in your backpack as you lean back in your seat. You can't help but let out a sour chuckle. Anyone else would probably find this old worn down diner seat extremely uncomfortable, but you don't have that luxury of complaining. In fact, it might be the softest thing you sat on in a week. Unaware of your own actions, you start anxiously fidgeting with your phone, silently praying to all the possible gods out there that your application will be approved. 9, 10. At this point, you've been homeless for 11 months, nearly a year. After saving the money you could for several months, you finally were able to save enough to rent an apartment, or at least that's what you thought. In 11 months of your homelessness, the housing prices only went up. Ooh, girl. Sounds like me now, making it practically impossible for you to find anything affordable at this point. You frantically search every housing website, hoping to at least get some shitty old room, but nothing was ever nearly in your price range. I honestly, $5.50 is like crazy. But this listing was everything you could ever ask for. You were thanking whoever was up there in the sky, or down there in the pits of hell, that you managed to apply basically minutes after the listing went live. Sure, it's shady as hell, no deposit, no required credit history, there aren't even any pictures, and as a cherry on top, you'll have to live with some random guy you have no information about. You were so eager to get it first, too, that you didn't even ask for a tour. If anything, you're almost entirely sure that it's probably some old shed, or even worse, a human trafficking trap. But you're already at the point where you don't even care. You feel like you'll go insane if you have to spend another night out on the streets. You shudder at the memories. Yeah, anything better. Wow, anything is better than that. You can swear your heart skips a beat as your phone lights up with a new notification on the home screen. It's an email from the housing website. Could it be? You impatiently unlock your phone, somehow managing to enter your password incorrectly twice before you do. You quickly locate the email app, and anxiously start reading. Thank you for your application, Kara. We appreciate you using our servers, and our smart algorithm has picked these 5 other apartments for you to look at. RIP. Ugh, are you kidding me? I just applied and already got an ad. You silently curse the website, thinking that it would have been better if they paid for your rent instead of financing these ads that no one probably even looks at. Well, besides you. While busy with your grandiose brain cursing session, you almost skip over another notification that quickly floats into your phone screen. It's yet another email. I swear to God if it's another ad. But it isn't. It's an email sent by whoever has posted the room listing. The first thing you know is its ridiculous length. It's short. Too short. In fact, there are only 3 lines, 2 of them being Dear Kira and BR. Oh, that's a Korean name. I don't know how to pronounce that. Sung Min Kim. The middle line just says, if you come to the apartment to sign the contract within 30 minutes, I'll give you the key. I do apologize that I will pronounce this man's name wrong. I would have looked it up if I would have known. Now you are entirely sure that your heart is skipping at least 30 beats a minute. You immediately spring from your seat, grabbing your backpack on the way out before your attention is caught by a sad, small cup of unfinished coffee on the table. Squeezing your lips with rising guilt, you quickly grab and drink the cold remnants before putting it back down and storming out of the diner. So I drank someone else's coffee? Will this finally be the day that ends your homeless life for good? You find yourself in front of an apartment door trying to catch your breath. You don't particularly know how, but you somehow managed to make it in time. However, now you aren't even sure that you are in front of the correct apartment in the first place. You were fully expecting some shady and old building, but it turned out to be just some average apartment complex. Something you could probably never even dream of affording in your current state. You hesitate for a good minute before letting out an anxious sigh. Heh! Pressing the doorbell button. You hear the ordinary buzz sound play on the other side of the door, and then complete silence. The silence gets quickly interrupted though as you hear some faint footsteps. Oh! We're gonna meet him. What? He beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. You jolt as the sound of a man's voice comes from within the apartment, but almost instinctively push the door open. Still hesitant, you awkwardly step into the entrance. Okay, music. As you walk in, you almost immediately get taken back by your surroundings. You've replayed so many made-up horror scenarios in your head on your way here that the sight of an ordinary-looking hallway suddenly seems scarier than anything you could have come up with. There's no one in sight, so you just default to a polite stance. Is that my phone? Hello? Girl, get them notifications. There's anyways, not even daring to make a single step. Where's my bae at? Where's bae? Now that you're actually in the apartment, and now that you've confirmed that it looks more or less normal, your anxiety levels are going through the roof. You have to make a good impression. You won't have another chance like this. Bro, the beep beep beep. Hold on. Oh. I want the voice volume higher. Wait, how do I go back? Hold on. Let me save here. Okay. Let's go, let's go. There's bae. Ah! Take off your clothes. You almost jump as a tall slouched man suddenly appears in one of the doorways of the hallway that you are in. You don't immediately realize that he is dressed in a suit because of how disheveled and scruffy. Ah! That's my man. I like him a little dirty. Albeit, you're not in any position to judge. His eye bags almost seem to merge with his dark eyes as he tiredly looks straight at you. If your eyesight was just a bit worse. Girl, how do I know if, like, you know what? Let's pray that you can hear when he beep 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 meep meep meep. Okay, dumbfounded, you stare back at him, thinking that his eye contact is going on for a bit too long for your taste. Before you realize that it's your kid to respond. Yes, that's me. Wrong, my name is actually, how did you guess? Wait. Oh, we'll just, yes, that's me. Me. And you're Mr. Kim, if I'm not wrong. You're not, but just... Okay, hold on. We're gonna Google this. How to pronounce... This name is Korean. What? We're gonna do it, guys. Hold on.
Seung Kim.
Seung Kim.
Seung Kim.
Seung Kim.
Seung Kim.
Sung Kim.
Sung Kim? Wait, Sung? I guess it would be Min. I typed it wrong.
Sung Kim.
We'll call him Sung Min. You're not, but just Sung Min is fine. Now, if you don't mind, I'll be late for work if we don't hurry, so if you just follow me to the kitchen. The man then wastes no time as he promptly walks into the kitchen, and you are left with no choice but to follow him in. Okay, Yellow. Ah! You step into the kitchen and kitchen, and once again get temporarily stunned by just how normal everything looks. Sure. Oh. Sure, you can tell that someone lives here by small stains and patches of dust here and there, but if you had to choose, you'd happily use this space to take some photos for online housing ads or something. Speaking of photos, you think heavens for the millionth time today. If Sung Min put up pictures of this apartment, it would have gotten snatched before you could even apply. You don't know if that's just pure laziness or lack of time, but you couldn't feel more grateful to the man in front of you for leaving the listing so empty. But you shouldn't feel grateful just yet. You still haven't signed the contract. Meow. If you look through the papers and sign at the places I marked, huh? The paper's on the table. It's in the contract. Or it's in the contract. It is the contract. Wait, is that it? That can't be right? You won't even ask for any more additional information? But if you're concerned about the rent, the payment is obviously up front. We can go through that in the evening. If I stay any longer, I'll probably get fired for being late. You're free to move your stuff and unpack, though. But if you're not interested, that's fine too. But then I'd appreciate it if you... No, I'll sign. I'm interested. Wow, you're an eager one, aren't you? Right. You ever had a Krispy Kreme? Was it crispy? Alright. Clearly, this man is not all too concerned about who his new flatmate will be. If he was, he wouldn't put up an empty listing and responded to a random application within minutes of receiving it. Can't even afford to care about his reasonings at this point. It's a good apartment, the rent is something you could afford, and the only tenant doesn't look all too crazy. You quickly grab the papers messily scattered around the table with slightly trembling hands as you read through them. After making sure it really isn't some part of a human trafficking ring, you take the pen laying around on the table and find the marked spots Sung Min mentioned. Girl. Thank you. There. Girl, thank you. Huh? Wait, that didn't count. Kira? Can I do Kira with a question mark? Oh my gosh, wait, I want to keep doing that. Oh my gosh, I get it. No, I don't think I will. I don't think I am. You're not doing this on purpose, are you? You really have to get this apartment. You've been living on the streets. Oh my gosh, I'm not even clicking. It's just doing this. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Just please rewrite it. Wait. Okay, I'm gonna save right here because I'm gonna continue to mess it up. No. Oh my gosh. What? Wait, I've never seen that before. That's so funny. IRL, I never actually signed my name. I just put like little squiggles. I cannot believe that. Wow, like your name magically appeared on its own. How could that possibly have happened? Well, no time. That's insane. That's so cool. What is that? What did I do? Fail your contract signature. I got an achievement that I didn't even know was a thing. After you I'm sorry. So sorry. Hold on. I need to save. That is so freaking funny. After you sign, you audibly breathe out before handing the papers to Sung Min. He quickly goes through them and then nods at you. Girl, he sounds like a Tamagotchi. Great. Your room was the one opposite of the bathroom. It's to the right of the kitchen. That should be it for now. Alright. The man in front of you feels around his pocket for a brief second before putting his hand into one and taking something out. He fumbles with the item for a moment before he finally gets a firm grip. A key! He's definitely clumsy, to say the least. I am in love with him. I know this is like a game about like cannibalism, but like, can I date him? Like, he's my type. He's my type. Here's the key. Just don't lose it. Your hand seems to shake even more as Sung Min puts a simple metallic key into them. I won't. That'd be greatly appreciated. Anyways, we will handle the payments later. I should get going. Right. Oh, right. Right. You ever had a Krispy Kreme? Was it crispy? Alright. Right. Lock the door after me? Oh my god. Baby. Babe. Babe. Yeah. Yeah, I'll lock the door, babe. Aha. Yeah. Yes, of course. Right. You try to shake off your stupor. You couldn't believe that you're officially not homeless anymore. I'll miss you, babe. Still somewhat stupefied. What are these big words? You follow Sung Min back to the entrance where he proceeds to put his shoes on, shoes that look as scruffy as he is, and then stand straight in front of the door, as straight as his slouch back allows him to anyway. Just make sure to lock it properly. And don't let strangers in? I'm not a kid. I at least know this much. Right. You ever heard of Krispy Kreme? Was it crispy? Well, I'll see you in the evening. Bye, Daddy. That's crazy. I'd be happy to... What the... I'd be happy to have you for dinner. With that, Sung Min leaves through the entrance door, nearly tripping over the welcome mat. Yeah, that's Daddy, alright. Again, happens every time. After Sung Min disappears in the hallway, you waste no time as you shut and lock the door. What, were they just gonna blow that off and just think we read it wrong? I may be stupid, and I may be an idiot, but I listen to the men that I love when they talk. If you're single, hit me up. Hit me up. That's crazy. Such a simple motion. Yet it feels so foreign to you. Okay, the music's still good. Well, on different levels, you're now also a resident of this apartment. You own a key, you can lock the door, you can sleep in your own room. So simple, yet so foreign. You squeeze the key that's already made home in your palm and can't help but let out a nervous smile curl your lips. I did it. I really did. Still overcome with a mix of relief and excitement, you locate your room that, just like Sung Min said, is opposite of the bathroom. Ooh, girl, it's red. You walk through a simple door into a bedroom that appears to be just as simple. You're surprised to find that it's actually fully furnished, bed and desk included. At this point, you wouldn't even mind sleeping on the floor, but seeing how the bed even has its own bed sheets, you almost tear up. This is a dream. I will be so pissed. I'll be so pissed. But it isn't. And you can hardly believe it. Well, I guess I might as well as unpack. Give me a mini game. The only good thing about being homeless is that besides the backpack, always glued to your shoulders, you have no other things. You take it off and start going through your carefully packed stuff. Oh my god, a game! So it really did let me do that. I was gonna say that feels like an achievement. What did I get? Oh, just unpack your things. I didn't get an achievement for doing it wrong. Finally done with putting your things away, you turn towards your new bed and look down at it with rising temptation. No longer able to resist, you let yourself fall onto the fresh bed sheets. So soft. And all yours. You rub your frayed against the pillow with a smile. It feels like the luck you've accumulated throughout the year was all poured into this one day. Who knows, maybe in the future you will be able to rent an apartment of your own. Everything seems possible now. It really does. You don't notice how your eyelids start feeling heavier and heavier, and by the time you realize and open your eyes, a few minutes have already passed. Luckily, though, you don't have a shift today. Might as well take a nap. A really lucky day, huh? Left with no energy to even think, you let yourself fall into deep slumber. Am I gonna wake up to Bae, like, sawing my leg? When you open your eyes again, it's already dark outside. We're messing up our sleep schedule. Feeling strangely satisfied and refreshed, you stretch and slowly sit up. God, I haven't slept this good in a long time. Oh, shit. Right. Sung Min said that you'd sort out the rent payment in the evening. He even offered to have dinner tonight. Oh. Free food. Crap, this is not what's important right now. Feel a sense of anxiety building up in your throat as you check the time on your phone. 10:27 p.m. Crap. While you silently curse yourself for being so careless, you get off the bed and start unconsciously walking back and forth. I mean, if you really cared, he would have woken me up, right? Right. It's not like you locked the room or anything. I mean, speaking of that, is he even home? You cautiously tiptoe towards the door and quietly put your ear against it, trying to see if you can catch any sounds. He's here. You can clearly make out some footstep sounds and moving noises coming from the outside of your room. Great. Wonderful. You're not getting kicked out just yet. Maybe the dinner offer's still on the table too? Not wanting to wait any longer, you swing the door open and walk into the hallway. Surprisingly, the hallway looks really different when it's dark. It almost has this new feel to it. There's no music. Very different from the plastic perfect filming set you witnessed earlier. Plastic perfect filming set? Like that one movie with that one dude? American Psycho? It's giving American Psycho. You don't spend much time mulling over your perception of the hallway, though, as your attention is caught by the light coming from a kitchen. The kitchen. Sounds are coming from there, too. You don't have to be a Sherlock to deduce that Sung Min is in there. So, not wasting any time, you walk towards the light. Wait. What? This can't be. What the hell? Queen of the kitchen, you guys. Play that. Alexa, play Daddy's Home. Oh, hey. This can't be that, right? Come on, Kira, you're not stupid. There has to be an explanation. Right. You ever had a Krispy Kreme? Was it crispy? Right. That's... Okay, hold on. Again, this seems like a game that will have multiple paths, so we'll save here anytime there's an option. That's hyper-realistic cake. Is that hyper-realistic cake you're making? You know, like in those videos where everything is cake? Those are all cakes, right? No, these are real human body parts. Oh, come on. You were supposed to agree with me. Oh, sorry. This is just a weird-looking pig. Not the smile. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. Shit. And he just started thinking you lucked out with his apartment. What is he? A serial murder? A cannibal? A serial cannibal? No, wait, that's wrong. A cannibal serial? If you're thinking about calling the police, I'd advise you against it. Of course you're calling the police. Next thing you know, it'll be your leg he has on that cutting board. You just got out of homelessness. You're not about to die to some cannibal, serial murderer in a pink apron now. You do understand that if I get arrested, you'll no longer be able to stay here, right? Do you read thoughts too? I don't. How do you know I want to stay here anyways? Just so you know, Mr. Sung Min, I have a grandma I can stay with at any time. No, you don't, Miss Kira. And even if you did, you probably hate her enough to apply to a random suspicious listing and sign the contract all in the same day. So you did it on purpose? Well, something like that. Okay. We're gonna save here. Because I'm in love with him, we're not calling the police. No, he's right. There's nowhere else you can go now, and your only choice would be to return to homelessness. It'd be silly to think police would help your situation too. Man, what the hell? Are you gonna eat it? Yes. It's too much meat though, so I'm just gonna store it for the future. I don't get such tender meat often. It would be a pity if it went to waste. This wasn't the dinner he was talking about, was it? What are you even supposed to do now? Do you really have to tolerate a cannibal living literally in the same apartment as you? But the life on the streets, the feeling of your skin being so dirty that no matter how hard you scrub it, nothing makes you feel clean. The long nights spent dumpster diving, going through pounds of discarded food just to be chased away by minimum wage employees that in respect or no better situation than your own. You shudder at the memories. Listen. Yes? Oh shit. Whatever. Anything is better. Yo, my laundry is done. Anything is better than going back there at this point. If they catch you, don't involve me. And like, don't eat me? Deal. It might take me a while, and as you can see, it's really messy, so let's talk about your payment tomorrow. Yeah, I can see that. Got a little something. Well, everywhere. Oopsies, I didn't even realize. I guess I'll have to come up with another explanation for the dry cleaners. Okay. Last time they didn't fully believe mine. It's just a paint excuse. Why are suits such a pain? Right. Well, you probably better go to sleep. Unless you want to watch. No. No, thank you, no. Well, see you tomorrow then. Yeah. Good night, my new housemate. Ah! Don't forget that I know where you sleep. We literally live in the same apartment. Why wouldn't you? Just that I should remind you. Right. Right. I'm leaving now. I'm going this way, and you're going to stay here. Good night, Kira. You feel like you won't be able to sleep tonight. But surprisingly, you zonk out pretty quickly. The next few days, you are still overcome with a faint sense of panic, afraid that Sung Min will eat you, or even worse, the police finds him and you will have to go back to the streets. But contrary to your fears, nothing really happens. In fact, after handling the first rent payment and enduring Sung Min's awkward attempts at thanking you, you don't even see him all that much. Regardless of how under-socialized he seems, he's fairly polite. When you do encounter him, Sung Min seems to work some pretty brutal hours at his office job. Your apartment is basically a ghost town half the time. You wouldn't be surprised if there were a literal ghost haunting this place, considering all the bodies piling up around here. You're lucky your shift usually starts early in the morning and ends somewhere during the daytime or evening, unlike Sung Min's grueling schedule. At first, you thought you would at least cross paths with him in the afternoons, but as it turns out, he typically comes home rather late at night. It's unlikely that your housemate is getting his full 8 hours of beauty sleep. But he's beautiful already. 3 weeks pass by without you noticing, and still, you can count the amount of times you've crossed paths with Sung Min on your one hand. But those few times that you did see him, you could feel his gaze linger on you, because I'm sexy and I want him. You're not sure what that is about, but even when he's not around you, you can still feel his eyes lapping at your skin. Lapping is crazy. Sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night to the sounds coming from the kitchen, which your imagination twists into the sickest imagery. But that aside, you really have nothing to complain about. You can't be more grateful to have a solid roof above your head and somewhere to return after work every day. Some form of steady housing really does change your life for the better. You don't have to worry about where to sleep every single night, about not being able to shower when you want, about the chance of getting robbed if you're not careful enough, about having some privacy, and so on. You hate to admit it, but you really don't regret staying here even a bit. You condemn what Sung Min does, but considering you're not really exposed to it anyway, even the constant dread of being butchered or kicked out, if he's ever found out, slowly leaves your mind. Despite how absolutely worn out Sung Min appears to be, he's very mindful about the cleanliness of your common space. Surprisingly, even your funds start to look better now that you're able to take on more hours and leech off Sung Min's Wi-Fi. Hell, you even started considering getting a second job. Everything seems almost too good to be true. What's gonna happen? What the? A loud sound coming from somewhere within the apartment suddenly pulls you out of your deep slumber. Did something fall? Or even worse, someone? An image of Sung Min dragging a new corpse into the apartment suddenly pops into your head. But what if something happened? You spend a couple. Oh. I still have my wisdom teeth, and sometimes I like bite the back of my cheek. Sorry. You spend a couple of minutes sleepily contemplating if you'd rather this sound be a corpse about to be devoured by your landlord, or the very same landlord collapsing on the floor. Ugh, whatever. If it's a corpse, I'll just pretend it's hyper-realistic cake. Yeah, cake. As you step into the hallway, you quickly realize you weren't worried for no reason. Your housemate is on the floor, looking as if he had collapsed a few minutes prior, and you guess that's what probably happened too. You waste no time and quickly walk up to him. Hey? Hello? Hey! Ugh, no need to yell. Oh, finally. Good morning, USA. What happened? You okay? I wanted to shower, but I'm too tired. Shower? Shower? Why did I say shower? Oh, he tummy! Oh, I'll rub your tummy. I'll give you a shower, whatever. I'll join, like, whatever. It's what you don't have to. Oh my God, stop! You don't have to ask. And hungry. Now that he mentions it, you do realize that the man in front of you smells badly, awfully. You might even say, well, I can't say that. Abhorrently. The thesaurus session of listing synonyms for the word bad gets interrupted by Sung Min lightly groaning as he attempts to stand up. Jeez, what time even is it? Definitely past 12 a.m. at this point, and he just came from work. As just another wage slave, you can't help but feel bad for him. Sure, he might be living in this nice apartment, and you would lie if you said you didn't feel a twinge of jealousy, but what even is the point of having it if you just come here to sleep? This newfound sense of camaraderie fills you with enough sympathy to want to help the man in front of you. Alright, come on, I'll give you a hand. Huh? You know, a hand. Just don't bite it, okay? I know you're hungry and all, but I am not food. I remember that. You stretch your hand towards collapse. Wow. You stretch your hand towards collapsed Sung Min as he dumbfoundedly looks back at you. Finally, he grabs it with his and heavily gets up. Cute. There we go. Okay, you go shower now. I'll make something for you in the meantime. What? Are you sure? Yes, I am. For once. But you seriously better go before you stink up the place, or I change my mind. Alright, okay. Oh my God, I'm in love with him. Before you say anything else, Sung Min clings to the wall for support as he walks away. I can just imagine that. Vanishing into the bathroom. Well, that's that. Time to cook now, I suppose. Jesse! For a second, you wonder if you should put Sung Min's Queen of the Kitchen apron on, but quickly decide against it. That thing has probably seen more blood than your blood vessel have in your entire life. You immediately start checking the drawers and cupboards and search for ingredients. You and Sung Min haven't really divided the kitchen space, but since you don't have a lot of things anyway, you took the liberty of picking an empty one and stored most of your things in there. As you go through the cupboards, you quickly realize, apart from condiments and instant ramen, there's nothing of nutritional value. In fact, most cupboards designed for food are just filled to the brim with nothing but cup ramen. What the? You already felt bad for him before, but now you really feel bad. You feel so bad, in fact, that you check your own cupboard to see if you can make anything with your stuff instead. Unfortunately, it happens to be the day when you ran out of almost everything, and besides a sad handful of oatmeal staring back at you from the bottom of a jar, there's nothing you can turn into a sustainable meal. Defeated, you return to the cup ramen hoard raining on the shelves. Cup ramen it is, I guess. You pick a random pork flavored package and start cooking. Minigame! Even if it's simple, y'all, I like a little mini game in my game. All done, I suppose. You try to squeeze out a smile as a sign of pride in your work, but no amount of grinning can make the saddest excuse for a meal any better. All of a sudden, an idea pops into your head. An idea that's so foreign to your morals that makes you... Are we gonna put human meat in this? An idea that's so foreign to your morals that you wonder if you started going insane cooking that cup of ramen? I mean, he's a cannibal, so am I gonna cook up meat and put it in the ramen? What if you made some human meat for him to go together with ramen? You don't even have to look in the freezer to know he has containers full of human meat down there. If anything, you're grateful that he at least doesn't store it in the fridge. In fact, he doesn't store anything in the fridge. His side is always empty and yours has some occasional milk and eggs here and there. Don't tell me he's just been surviving off instant ramen and human meat. It's not really a time to contemplate about Sungmin's dietary choices at the moment. He'll probably be out of the shower soon. He had to decide. Yeah. I'm cooking my man human meat. Well, he is a cannibal. It'd only be natural to cook some human meat for him, right? He swallows as you open the freezer, cold air pouring out of it as if it's some sort of evil premonition. It's just chicken or pork or fish. You try to convince yourself that what you will be cooking is anything but human meat as you reach for one of the freezer compartments. When you finally find enough courage to open it, it surprisingly turns out to be nearly empty. It's just one lonely container lying at the bottom. Honestly, it's not anything like you expected it to be. No gouged out eyes, no jars with human teeth, nothing grotesque, just one small container. For some reason, just the sight of it calms you down enough for you to simply pick the little plastic box up and shut the freezer without a second thought. You then absent-mindedly take out a pan and start the typical process of frying meat. Heat the pan up, pour some oil. By the time you're supposed to put the meat on the pan, you've relaxed enough that you can easily do it. Thankfully, Sungmin has already pre-cut it into thin slices. Bro, he Korean barbecuing human meat? Crazy. Leaving you with the easy part of the job. After a couple of minutes of spacing out in front of the stove, a familiar smell brings you back to reality. Pork. Smells just like pork. Did you really manage to convince yourself that it is pork after all? What in the... Hey. Yes, I am pregnant. No, you cannot touch my belly. Wow. That's my love. That's my daddy, you guys. What the? What is a t-shirt choice? Sungmin. Yeah? Are you pregnant? No. Have you ever been pregnant? No. Have you ever impregnated anyone? No, I haven't. What's with these questions? Never mind. Huh? Anyways, something smells really good. Ah, yes. I couldn't find anything, so I made some cup ramen. And I'm frying some human meat. Sungmin raises his eyebrows for a second before he takes a step towards you. He gets so close that you can practically feel his breath on your face. So close, in fact, that you catch a whiff of artificial peach wafting from his pale skin. Instinctively, you take a step back. Is he not happy? You're burning it. Oh. Oh, wait, you're right. Can you fetch my glasses from the bathroom, please? I'll take over the cooking. Why he got me blushing? I'm gonna get you pregnant, Sungmin. Appreciate it. Mwah. My pregnant man. You quickly make your way to the hallway. In a way, it almost feels like a dream or a nightmare. Regardless, you're just happy that you're not the one frying in that pan. Sighing, you step into the bathroom. Searching sign.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
The human. I'm just curious if there's like... You click on certain things. I love the human tooth though. I love you. When you successfully get Sungmin's glasses and return to the kitchen, you find him already sitting at the bar table, the food ready in front of him. You hand Sungmin the glasses, his cold, bony fingers brushing against yours as he takes them. Ah, thank you. The man gratefully nods at you and a bit hesitantly grab a stool and sit on the opposite side of him. Ah, he's so cute. You assume that Sungmin will start talking first, but unsurprisingly, he continues eating, completely ignoring your presence. Seems like you'll have to be the one to start the conversation. Why do you need a housemate? Hey, Sungmin! Why do you need a housemate? He's not preserving you so he can eat you for later, is he? Money. Oh. It's getting expensive to live in general, and I'm still paying off my mortgage for the apartment. And that room you're in was empty and not getting any usage anyways. Seems that even cannibals have human worries like this, huh? You spend the next few moments in silence as Sungmin finishes his food, and you absorbed in your own little world, stare out of the window at the city drowning in darkness. The whole situation almost seems funny to you. Just a few weeks ago, you had nowhere to go and had to look for a place to spend the night, every night. But now you're here, sitting in this clean, cozy kitchen with a cannibal eating human meat by your side. Human meat that you have prepared for him. Nevertheless, you can't help but admit that you much rather prefer this bloodthirsty cannibal's company to your homeless life. What a cursed world we live in, huh? Hey, Kira. Huh? Thanks for the meal. Yes, of course. You know, it's been a long time since someone made me a meal. Instead of me making a meal out of them. Is that an attempt at humor? I can't remember the last time I had a living companion over. Being a cog in the capitalist machine does that to you, though. Kills your social life. Sometimes I think that the dead enjoy my company more than the living do. Damn. I want to kiss him real bad after he brushes his teeth and a little mouthwash. What I'm trying to say is thank you for spending time with me. Ugh. Alright, raw. Next. Well, I probably will head to bed after doing the dishes. While there's still time to sleep. You should probably do the same, though. Sorry for waking you up. How did you... You already have that puffy morning face. Well, at least he's honest. But he is also right. You almost started falling asleep while sitting with him there. And you rather upkeep your sleeping schedule if you want to get a second job. That wasn't an insult, by the way. It's kind of cute, actually. Ah! Did his stomach just rumble? You should probably get out of here before he asks for seconds. Well, I'll leave you to it then. Good night, Sungmin. Good night, Kira. Sweet dreams. Mama, I'm in love with the cannibal. With that, you go back to your room and quickly find yourself falling asleep in the warm embrace of your bed. Yeah. When am I gonna fall in love and marry this man? The next day, you can't help but mentally go back to your encounter with Sungmin. You feel that he has... Oh! Charming. You can't lie, there's something about him. Something that strangely attracts you, despite him being a cannibal and a murderer. That fact almost makes you feel ashamed. You don't let it fully get to you, though, as your gratitude for the house opportunity is far bigger than your sense of shame. The previous night only ignited your morbid attraction towards him even more, too. You wonder why. You spend the whole day thinking about it and don't notice how quickly it passes. In the end, you go to bed completely exhausted after another day of hard work. Girl, he's gonna walk into my... He fell again? Seriously? Again? Hasn't even been a full day, for God's sakes. This time you don't even waste time sitting around. Immediately you get up and swing your door open as you step into the hall. But he's got a human this time, I bet. You stop in your tracks almost momentarily. The hallway turns out to be empty. And there are sounds of water coming from the bathroom. Sungmin is probably showering in there. Then what was that noise? Surely you're not going insane yet, are you? You hesitantly start walking forward before you notice something around the corner that was not there before. Something red. Ah, it's just a corpse. Wait. A corpse? Seems like you somehow jinxed it yesterday. Based on the amount of meat you saw in the freezer, or rather lack thereof, I guess that Sungmin has probably decided to restock? Jeez, this one looks really rough. Why would he need to tie it up, though? Please! Jesus Christ, that's scaring me. What the? Alright, okay. Seems like this corpse is not so dead. Please, spare me. I haven't done anything. Right. What are you supposed to do now? A terrified woman stares at you with desperate plea in her eye, her arms and legs both tied with layers of thick rope. Definitely not something you expected or were ready to deal with when you were leaving your room. You mentally curse at Sungmin. You're not gonna hurt me, are you? No. I'm not with that guy. Jesus, this woman looks petrified. She's beautiful, though. I love the art. Well, no wonder. She's practically head to toe covered in blood. This is really awkward. She's just a poor innocent woman with an insane lack of luck, and you know her fate better than anyone. But do you really have any right to intervene? Then please, will you help me? Instead of responding, you rub the back of your neck, feeling conflicted about what to do. The sight of that woman's face sinks and grows helplessness. What's your name? It's Kira. Dumbass. Don't tell her. I'm Alicia. I'd say nice to meet you. This is probably not the best time for that. Yeah. God, he's so scary. I was just walking down the alley from work and then he jumped out of nowhere. I mean, look at all this blood. He did all of this to me. God, I don't even know what's gonna happen to me. What did I do to deserve this? He's keeping you a prisoner here, isn't he? Well, you wouldn't exactly call it that. Come on, 2 people are stronger than 1. I'm sure that if we act together, we can easily overpower him. I promise that no harm will come your way. I might not look it, but I'm quite agile, you know? Oh, you really don't want to risk being the one getting eaten instead. Oh, come on. Don't you see that I'm scared? Oh, yes. Yes, you can. Kira, please. I really don't want to die. We're gonna save. I'm not gonna save her. Sorry. No, I'm good. You're on your own. Instead of fear, Alicia's face contorts with rage at your refusal. How dare you? How dare you refuse me? Do you even know who I am? You insignificant stupid! Her yelling seems to attract attention because a freshly showered Sung Min creeps out from the bathroom. Slowly, he slinks up behind Alicia as he reaches for the light switch. Wow. Sungmin stands victoriously over Alicia's now battered corpse, though you doubt she had any chance in the first place, being tied up and all. This made me hungry. Good thing I brought home takeout. At first, his remark confuses you until you glance down towards Alicia. That's definitely one way to call her corpse. Hey, Kira. You nervously look up at him. He doesn't want to make you into a home-cooked meal now, does he? What you made yesterday was decent, and your company was quite energizing. So I was thinking, maybe we could cook together? We could share it too. Well, it's definitely out of character. On one hand, you kind of feel too afraid to agree. On the other hand, you feel too afraid to say no. But hey, who knows? Maybe it'll be a good bonding opportunity. And no more killings will happen. I'm turning on my heater near my feet. I apologize if it's loud. Yes, right. It's not like Alicia was your friend or something. You have no qualms about having Sung Min cook her. At this point, you've already done far worse than cooking in person. Plus, being on good terms with Sung Min, who's very much alive compared to Alicia, seems way more important right now. Sure, sounds delightful. I'm kind of a professional chef, so stand back. Well, you're definitely not bad. Though you should get more practice cooking meat of the human variety. Well, seems like this is your chance to do so. Sungman takes his bloody apron off after carrying Alicia to the kitchen. Doesn't help make him look any less scary though, as his exposed skin is practically drenched in her blood. Human by chance. Alpha by choice. That's so funny. Well, I was thinking of making curry. Oh, so you can make something besides instant ramen. I actually enjoy cooking quite a bit. It's a hobby of sorts. If I didn't have to work this much, I'd probably spend more time indulging in that hobby. Wait, wouldn't that mean he would kill more people? Without beating around the bush, Sungmin promptly puts you to work at the cutting board. Meanwhile, he starts cooking rice and cleaning the remains of Alicia off him. Well, time to get chopping. Am I chopping humans or? Oh, what the heck? Oh. Oh, that's crazy. Wow. That was a little wicked, not gonna lie. It's a little gross. Once you're both done with cooking, Sungmin takes out a second plate and looks at you questioningly. Seems like your landlord is inviting you to join him for a meal. A cannibal meal. I'm not gonna lie, like, sleeping with my landlord is kind of hot. Do I have to pay? He goes, yeah. Girl, I just done cooked. I just cooked an arm. I'm gonna eat with him, bro. Exactly. You've already cooked human meat. Might as well try the fruits of your labor. You nod at Sungmin as he fills the plate with freshly made curry. Human curry? Am I gonna eat that, bro? You look down at the fresh bowl of curry. The warm aroma from the piping dish is alluring. It has a deliciously spiced scent that dances around the kitchen, lingering delicately in the air. Various seasonings in the dish create a romantic, hot, and heavy yet sweet mouth-watering fragrance that you can pack. Whatever, guys. Whatever. Human meat, you could really add some pizzazz to the whole thing. Right. You immediately forgot that this curry is topped off with a nice serving of Alicia. You feel a little guilty that she smells so good. You both take the same seats as yesterday, and you can't help but feel a sense of deja vu. Well, partially because you did the same thing you did the day before. Seems like a good opportunity to get to know Sungmin a little better, though. What's your, backstory? What kind of question even is that? Tell me about how you got to this point. About your life? Well, it all started when I was born in a town where I grew up. 2 loving parents. Then I went to school and graduated. That's it? What did you expect? True? What did you expect? Oh, come on. There's gotta be more to it than just that. If you really want to know so badly. I did grow up to 2 loving parents in a town, but our family was so poor we could barely keep our heads above water. My parents immigrated here from South Korea. I thought we were living in South Korea. Where are we? They were sold this idea that, oh, we're in America. Moving to America would guarantee a better life for them. And for me. Even though we were poor, we still somehow managed to survive, even as my parents struggled to provide human meat for me. All until my mom got breast cancer. Aww. Our insurance refused to pay for it, so my dad had to take out a bunch of loans to cover her medical fees. At the end, it turned into an endless cycle of debt. And my parents always told me to eat the rich. So I guess I took it quite literally. I was already a cannibal anyways. Just refined my taste. Holy shit. So sorry for your loss. I didn't know. Oh. No, my parents are fine. My mom eventually won her battle with cancer, and they now live in the countryside back in South Korea. There's still some debt remaining, though, so I send them money to help every month. So he isn't just working hard for himself, but for his parents, too? Sometimes those rich pricks I eat have some money on them, so some months mom and dad get some extra. It's weird that there's something moralistic in something so immoral. Well, I'm glad your parents are alright, at least. Me too. As the conversation slows into a comfortable silence, Sungmin begins to eat. Staring down at your own bowl, you find yourself hesitating. Are you guilty? Ashamed? Mortified? You should be. You know logically that you should feel all these things, but... frick, you really made some killer curry. Before you know it, a spoonful of steaming curry is already in my mouth. The mix of carrot, onion, and meat is devilishly delicious. Your brow twitches. Shouldn't you be disgusted by this? Wouldn't a normal, regular person be disgusted? Maybe you're not regular. I'm sorry. If billionaires are eating babies, I can enjoy a human in this video game. But also, we hate Jeffrey Epstein and everybody in those files. Truly. Maybe there are 2 sides of you fighting for dominance. And a devil. And an angle. Or was it angler? Antler? Doesn't matter. This food is kicking and you're the pro chef behind it. Not only do you enjoy this meal, but Sungmin seems to be enjoying it too, you think. His neutral expression makes it difficult to read. Man, if there's a real, I'd reach over and cup his face and kiss him. Oh, he's so cute. You count this as a win anyway. It's my first time sharing this experience with someone else. I've never met anyone who heard me out after learning I'm a cannibal. You're the first, Kira. Somehow you're not surprised. After all, it's not like there's some kind of cannibal cafe for him to mingle at, right? Can't help but feel kind of bad for the man in front of you. Being a cannibal is bound to be lonely, huh? Not to mention that it doesn't really seem like Sungmin has a lot of time to make friends otherwise. People are typically quick to judge me, even if they don't really know anything about me. They form their impressions of me without getting to know me first. I feel like at some point I stopped trying. Stopped trying to care about what people think of me. What's the point if it's bound to end the same way anyway, right? But I care about what you think, Kira. I think your presence is really changing me. I'm really bad with words, but I appreciate you trying to get to know me, Kira. He's gonna kill me anyways. It means a lot to me, and you mean... Did he just fall asleep? You end up doing the dishes before attempting to lift Sungmin up to take him to bed. You quickly regret your decision, though, as he turns out to be heavier than he looks. A real dead weight, huh? In the end, you have to spend a few minutes trying to shake him awake before he finally sees... Wow. You help Sungmin up, make sure he stays up as you assist him getting to his bedroom. You even led him all the way to the bed and carefully tucked him in, afraid that the man will collapse inches away from it. Sungmin's bedroom is kind of a pigsty, to put it nicely. It's surprising considering the state of the rest of his apartment. Shared spaces are always very tidy. You have no clue where he gets the energy to keep them clean, but you're thankful for it. It must be really taxing for him. Stepping over his unironed clothes strewn about the floor, you successfully guide Sungmin to his unmade bed. Exhausted, he collapses against the sheets. You don't even get to say goodnight before the sounds of his soft snorings fills the room. With the job well done, you retire to your own bedroom for the night. Aww. Daddy's home. Ugh. Wow, I became my first achievement, like, sorry, I became a cannibal. You say the dinner goes pretty well. So well, in fact, the two of you go on to have many more dinners together, spanning over weeks, then months, then a year. Surprisingly, Sungmin turns out to be rather soft for a bloodthirsty cannibal. Before you know it, your relationship with him naturally progresses into something more romantic. The two of you officially become partners. You really let Sungmin cook, and perhaps that's what set you on his path. This path towards destiny, towards the day that Sungmin proposes to you. You didn't expect it. The abrupt nature of it all when he slips the ring off of your dinner. When he slips the ring off of your dinner's finger and gets down on his knees. The ring isn't your size, but you know you could always get it adjusted later. Finally, oh, you're simping. I'm not simping. Shut up. Of course you accept. Your wedding takes place at the most classy location anyone dating a cannibal would choose. The butcher counter at the local supermarket. All the meats and knives the eyes can see. Naturally, it's a breathtaking ceremony. Even the shoppers can't help but stop and stare and wonder. Or rather, in fear? No, they're probably just jealous of your supermarket wedding. Hand in hand with Sungmin, the two of you will have a very grotesque, disgusting, and gory future. Exactly the way you hope it will be. Sungmin has successfully rizzed you. Or was it you who rizzed him? Who cares? Congratulations on your marriage. That's so cute. That's super cute. Oh, I got the version 1 ending in sickness and in health. So okay, cool. I would have loved a special art. So now that we've done that fully, I try not to look at achievements until it gets to that point. But now I kind of want to look because I'm not gonna 100% this game at the moment. Let's go. That's so funny. The achievement we got for marrying him, that's the second most achieved achievement. So, oh wow, die for the first, okay, I'm reading achievements now. Die for the first time, get my dead housemate. Oh. Get my cooked housemate. My pet housemate, my ex-housemate, get my new housemate, give up on calling police, get my lost housemate, get my rescued housemate, get homemate, appetite-bound bunnies, become a robot, get my housemate ending. That one's strange looking. Unpacked all your things in one place. Oh, I almost did that, dude. Embrace your robot identity, complete the gallery, get all endings, get all achievements and endings. Cool. So that was my sweet housemate. Super cute on Steam. It's like $5. I probably either got it for $5 or I got it for a little less. Either way though, I had so much fun playing it. The art is so cute. The story is cute. I like short stories like this where it's like has almost like a complete story. And again, it's short because my attention span has gotten really bad. Plus, I don't know. There's something about, I love Stardew Valley, I love Animal Crossing, but I hate games that technically can go on for forever. Sometimes it is nice and like satisfying to finally just boom, you know, play a game that it's like there's a start, a middle, and an end, and there's multiple ends, obviously. But I'm like, hey, I feel very satisfied with this. So I spent about an hour. I'm gonna try to edit this video, edit this live stream into a video to post on my channel. I don't usually make videos from streams. Usually I just post my gameplay, but I want to kind of put a little more effort into my channel. A majority of the time I'll still post gameplay, but every now and then, like I think this 1 hour video could be a cute little 8 to 10 minute edited video. I just don't know how. I need to look into it. So thanks for watching. I know this is an 18 plus. This is an 18 plus stream, but that is just because I wasn't really sure. I would rather just have this 18 plus than